and welcome to 9 on the Positive Side this weekend. Thank you so much for being here with us. Let's start in Stokes County, North Carolina. One man spends a lot of time behind the barber's chair and the pulpit. In fact, this year he'll celebrate more than 50 years of cutting hair, and he says he does not plan to slow down. Chad Tucker introduces us to the preaching barber.
It's another busy day in Asbury, North Carolina.
So like I say, this here was a cornfield where we used to raise corn and tobacco. What are you doing, Miss Sam?
That's because one of this small community's favorite sons is open for business.
But I've been cutting hair for 53, but I've been here 50 years. I've cut his hair a few times.
For more than 5 decades,
Get old Todd to Bob.
Ricky Rogers has helped folks look their best here
He'll cut anywhere from 75 to 80 a week.
behind the chair at Asbury Barbershop.
And I actually helped build this. Yeah, but the things about my little business is my relationship with my customers. But we're here. God's been good to me.
Cover close.
He knows every customer's name because for many, he was their first barber.
These little bitty things when Bob and Nellie used to bring you over here.
Daddy bought me.
He keeps it simple. The exact same schedule every week.
Got one chair, one way.
No appointment needed.
When I'm supposed to be here at 8 o'clock, I'm here. When I'm supposed to be here at 6 o'clock, I'm here. Whether you're busy or not, you got to be punctual. Keep your business.
But this isn't his only job.
Holy Spirit had not yet been poured out.
He helps folks with a clean cut
Come a long way.
Been preaching for 40 years.
and finding a clean slate.
Hello here, Mr. Collins, sir.
Well, how far is your church from here?
10 miles. Go to my barbershop's a ministry. I do about 20 to 25 funerals a year, and it's through the relationship built here in the barbershop. Okay, Mr. Anderson, sir.
A calling that's very similar
Everybody's got problems.
to the barber's chair.
And a lot of people, Chad, just need somebody to listen to them, listen to what's going on in their lives.
Someone to
I'm
listen,
gonna run that on special today for $10.
someone to care.
Hello, Mr. Bernie.
Can you
Did
make
you
it?
want that mustache trimmed, Tom?
No.
Something Ricky shares with everyone before they leave.
They can't love you.
In Stokes County, North Carolina,
When a man comes and gets a haircut, I hope he gets more than a haircut.
I'm Chad Tucker.
Bill Moe said I come to get a haircut, but he said I got way under more.
And Rogers turned 71 a couple of weeks ago. He said he thought about giving one of his 2 ministries up when he hit 70 years old, but said he could not because he just loves the people. Building positive relationships with students in Greensboro and showing them their potential. That's the goal of the program Run Well. More than 15 students are participating this year. The program allows them to do all kinds of activities from running to playing football, all while having someone to mentor them. It was formed by Greensboro Police Department's John Matthews.
We have every shape and size at Runwell. We have freshmen who have never ran before, and we have seniors who are in excellent physical condition, and we have mentors who are willing to meet them where they are.
Definitely increased my confidence. I'm not as hesitant as I once was before I joined, and not only it's also given me a lot of more mental strength.
Leaders with the Greensboro Police Department say the need for mentors is big for these young men. A Matthews man says he owes his life to his wife. She rose to the occasion when he needed the gift of life. As John Lee reports, they are the perfect match in more ways than just one.
Let's hold that one.
As an accountant, Alan Greer is a professional problem solver.
I'm an analytical person.
He's the corporate insurance director for Truist Bank uptown.
Say yes, no pretty quickly and bring it down into something we could absorb.
But for years outside of work, he's faced a problem he couldn't solve by himself.
Oh.
So he leaned on a fellow CPA.
We think on the same wavelength.
His wife, Amanda. They began dating as students at Carolina.
We met in a tax class, a very romantic story.
Years after vowing to be there for each other in sickness and in health, they hit hard times.
Anybody who looked at him could see that he was sick, so that was difficult.
My face was very gaunt.
In 2008, Alan was diagnosed with a chronic liver disease that affects the organ's bile ducts.
When your liver is damaged, it can't use the food you're eating.
By last year, Alan was in dire need of a liver transplant. His weight and quality of life had dropped dramatically.
So we used social media and reached out to a broad audience to try to find a willing donor.
It's hard to find a match, and it's a big ask for a stranger or somebody that's just an acquaintance to do that for somebody, and I told him I wanted to be evaluated.
Doctors at University of Pittsburgh Medical Center determined she was a match to give her husband a lifeline.
I felt like it was something that I needed to do and I wanted to do.
It's a second chance.
This animation gives you an idea of the living liver transplant procedure.
And they took the right lobe of my liver, which was about 60%.
Amanda encourages more folks to become living donors.
Your liver will regenerate, as mine has, and then will grow to full size in the recipient as well. So we kind of want to get that word out that it's possible and it's life-changing and brings hope.
Her liver is at full function just 4 months after the procedure.
You owe her big time now?
Before this and much more so after this, yes.
I have my husband back, so you know he was so ill in the months preceding that, you know, he wouldn't have survived without a transplant.
Alan's appetite for life and food is back. The Greers often crave fajitas.
It didn't take long till I was open to eat anything. Started a cup of water.
He's regained 50 pounds and counting.
Hope they all go in there.
And the impact of their fresh start is even more than these CPAs could have ever accounted for. They look forward to more quality time with family.
She saved my life.
In Matthews, John Lee, Queen City News.
What a beautiful family picture. If you have a story idea, send it on over to us. We want to hear about the good things happening in your communities where you guys live. Just email newsdesk@WNCT.com. Again, it's newsdesk@WNCT.com. It's right there on your screen. You can also reach out to me on Facebook or over on Twitter. A different kind of course is taking center stage at this elementary school. Find out more coming up next on The Positive Side. The nation's schools are facing a big wave of retirements, with almost 250,000 teachers likely to leave the classroom when this school year ends. But one math teacher in Virginia, Lou Kokonis, is not one of them. At 91 years old, retirement isn't even on his radar. Scott McFarland shows us how his dedication has inspired generations of students.
Lou Kokonis hits the treadmill most mornings to keep up his endurance and his strength for a career that must feel something like a marathon. Now in his 90s, Kokonis is in his 63rd year teaching math at Alexandria City High School in Northern Virginia.
Divide by 2.
And that adds up to thousands of students. 6,400 students.
Some of them are doctors and lawyers.
He's also had students like Mark Eisenhower become fellow teachers and then beat him to retirement. You retired. He's still here. How is that possible?
Yeah, I didn't think it was possible. I thought he was close to retirement when I was a student here.
It's only possible because Kokonis first entered these halls before the Beatles formed.
This rock and roll group has taken over.
Before space travel.
Liftoff. Denominator.
The calculus Kokonis teaches hasn't changed.
How many got this one right? Okay, you all want to look over your tests?
But it's his old school approach of offering free tutoring on Saturdays and being the first to arrive each day, which connects with his students.
To be working and teaching for this long and to still put in all this extra effort on Saturdays, I really admire that about him.
Does anybody know what the answer is going to be?
With no wife or children, Kokonis devotes himself completely to his students.
If I had a wife, she'd probably leave me within a week.
And he insists retirement is not one of the 3 R's he'll consider.
My mind is set that I'm going to do well this year, and I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm going to try to come next year if they'll take me.
Scott McFarland, CBS News, Alexandria, Virginia.
Really inspiring. Now let's stay in school. At one Texas elementary school, every day starts with a costume party. Since August, special education teacher Adrian Baker has dressed up as students get dropped off to go to school. Alyssa Tellez shares Baker's efforts to get the school day off to a great start.
Good morning. Surprise! This student drop-off zone at Walnut Springs Elementary.
Cora, how are you today?
Is not your regular drop-off zone.
Thank you for the hug.
On this morning, it's turned into a Mario Kart course.
Good morning, Emma.
As students race in to start their school day.
Of course. Come on, bring it on in.
And to greet them, none other than Mario,
Say Luigi!
Luigi, and a banana.
It's such a lot of fun. It just brings me lots of joy and happiness.
Adrian Baker, aka Mario,
Good morning,
was a
boys.
teacher for 8 years before leaving for the corporate world.
By the way, y'all's hair looks fabulous as always. Have a great day. And then I came back to teaching, just subbing, and realized how much I loved it and missed it. And then I've been teaching here for almost 2 years now.
On a morning much like this one, 2 years ago,
I love it. You love it?
Baker's assistant principal was remembering an old counselor who would dress up a few times a month.
And I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. Let's do this Friday.
But what started as a Friday thing
Hi, Jackson.
turned into several days a week.
And then if I didn't dress up, the parents were like, hey, what's up?
So this year, she decided to dress up in a different costume every day.
Whether it's a tutu with a crazy hat and a tail or unicorn slippers, whatever sort of, strikes my fancy.
Sometimes other teachers will join in on the fun.
Bye.
Students love it.
Oh, you're awesome. She's amazing. Have a great day.
It's really fun. It makes me happy.
And so do their parents.
All right. Bye, Mom.
We're all guessing the car what she's wearing every day.
Good morning, Max. Hello, Catherine.
Baker's excitement is felt with every good morning.
That's what it's all about. If you're going to be here every single day, and this is where the kids are growing up, we want it to be a happy place.
There's a costume for every kid. Steven's favorite.
I think it has to be today's, the Mario one.
Tater tot! Ah!
Whether she's waving, dancing, or chasing small dogs down the sidewalk.
All right, bye, Tater tot. Bye, Mom.
Even while she's in costume, there's no disguising her love for the students.
My goal teaching obviously is to make a difference every day.
Alyssa Tejas.
If you're looking for more good news, just head over to our website, WNCT.com. There you'll find these stories and more under the 9 on the Positive Side tab. It's what you're looking at right there. You can find it under the Features tab. We also have all of our 9 on the Positive Side episodes over there too, if you would like to rewatch and get some more good news. Coming up next on 9 on the Positive Side, we're headed out to the farm to see how cows are helping spread joy. Welcome back. Cow therapy is what a ranch in Oklahoma hopes to bring to its customers. The Hug a Highland Cow Sessions give animal lovers a chance to hug, brush, and love on the fluffy cows. People are moving it to the sessions. Kristen Reaver has the story.
Inside the green pastures of Lucky R Ranch, people fall utterly in love.
I did cry last time I was here.
The Highland cows are named after classic country superstars.
Hello.
Visitor Victoria Kreider is loving on Holly Dunn.
Good girl, Holly.
Victoria found out about Hug a Highland on Facebook. She loves cows but has never been next to one up close, so she booked a session and says it brought a lot of joy to her day.
That time I was stressed with some family stuff and my job, and coming here was great. It was amazing.
So this is a new girl that you didn't get to meet last time. This is Crystal Gale.
Angie Rash has always wanted Highland cattle and decided to offer the one-on-one sessions a year ago after bringing a cow to the carnival. People asked to come visit the ranch and take pictures with the cow.
It's all in how you bring them up. It's all in how you socialize them.
Miss Holly Dunn loves being brushed, she loves her hugs, and of course, she loves her signature bows.
We gotta stick her bow back in. Just like a 2-year-old, they don't like to have their bows on.
Angie says this is a win-win. People love spending time with the Highlands.
Oh my goodness.
And the cows, like Holly, love it too.
Like when you quit brushing her, she will nudge you. She wants to be brushed.
Angie says the 30-minute sessions fill up fast, and running the ranch is hard work, but she's milking it for all it's worth. Kristen Weaver.
She's sighing.
They're all so cute. Have you ever seen a dolphin try to paint? Well, now you can say you have. Call this dolphin a Picasso. This is all part of a new interactive program at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom in California. It's called Paint and Create, and guests can create a truly unique work of art with a dolphin.
I love introducing people to our animals. That's my favorite part. And what's cool for them is it's different every single time. Everybody's different, so the guests that they're getting to meet are all different, as well as for you guys. I mean, who doesn't want to paint with a dolphin?
Participants get to pick the colors, meet the dolphin, of course, and take a photo of the dolphin with their masterpiece. Next, meet the man who found himself cleaning the halls outside the chess club and felt drawn to be part of it. And last but certainly not least, some students in Maine are making headlines in the sport of chess. Both teams were crowned champions at the state Scholastic Chess Championships earlier this month. CBS's Steve Hartman heads to New England for a real-life Queen's Gambit.
The students at Weatherby Elementary in Hampton, Maine seem peaceful enough, but start a war on this turf. And these rookies, with their knight moves, become a royal pawn in the chess to anyone who dares try to dethrone their king. Which is how they became the new Maine State Chess Champions.
It was so exciting.
Everybody was cheering.
Just feels like you could fly.
A special, 1 in a million.
In fact, the only thing more unlikely than their success is where they found it. Here, in the broom closet.
School custodian David Bishop used to play chess as a kid. So when, years later, he found himself cleaning the hall outside the Weatherby Chess Club, he says he felt drawn, like he had to be part of it.
And at the time, I didn't really have any thought of how to teach. I'd never done that before.
I didn't really think he had a good background for doing it, but he obviously does.
His name's Mr. Bishop, which is pretty cool. He took over,
And
here we are.
5-minute game. Where they are is a community of intensely focused little minds who play like a real kingdom is at stake.
What happens is, yes, there's an attack here.
And although no one here is a master,
The king's coming out way too early.
Mr. Bishop has convinced every last one of them that they have the potential.
What I tell them is, if you love it, you're going to be better than the top player we have. They say, no, that can't be. Yes, if you love it, you'll never give up, and you're going to get better and better as the months and years go by.
Sometimes we make the mistake of thinking our job descriptions are a box, confining who we are and what we do. But David Bishop sees it differently. He says when they told him to make this school shine, they never said how.
I found my purpose.
Steve Hartman, On the Road.
It's a lesson learned.
Near Bangor, Maine.
They're also talented, and they are so lucky to have them there to teach them. Now, the Reedsbrook Middle School team went to Texas to compete. In May, the George B. Weatherby team will actually head to Baltimore, so they have lots in store for them over there. We wish them all the best of luck. And thanks so much for joining us for 9 on the Positive Side this weekend. Let's leave you with this video to end our show. A beautiful bulldog contest. Wow, that's great. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you next time.